I've got Saturday, I've got Flemington, I've got race 2, What You Need.
Footy's back. Rising star. Well, are we looking? We're not looking any further than Patrick.
Yeah. You'd think, all things being equal, no injuries, gets a fair run at it. We're talking Nick Dacos, number 2. We're talking future star.
Who are we back? For me, it'll be Kerner. Charlie Kerner again. He's a freak.
I'm Chips in here. Big Tom Lynch. It's Tom time, Tiggy time, Tom train. All aboard.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I'm Jesus. I'm here with Brownie, and this is your Front Centre podcast, your home of beer betting, ball sports and bands since 2023. Brownie, how are you, mate?
Footy's back, Novak. Footy's back. Footy's back. Footy's back. Footy's back.
Well, is it?
It is.
Well,
it's round one. Footy's back.
There's no winners
excited.
yet.
Well, yeah, no one's won a game yet. That's true.
Yeah,
But
so it's not back yet.
Footy is back. Round one. I'm excited. I was excited to sit down finally on a Thursday and not have to watch maths.
I'm not a Thursday footy player, to be honest, but
it was still good to watch. It's good that it's back. I'm excited. Can you please be more excited?
Well,
Footy, it's round one.
I know.
Footy's
But
back.
when your team's going to suck, it's hard to get excited.
Yeah, but that's the good thing. You go into the season, as a Saints fan, we're going to suck harder. We've got no players.
Yes, that is true.
I go into the season going, well, they can't disappoint me any more than I'm already disappointed. So let's go watch some footy of other teams.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
No,
to watch
you're
other
right.
teams.
I think once I watch a couple of games, once I probably go back to training and actually kick a ball,
Yep.
that'll probably help me get the juices flowing a little bit.
Speaking of that, the other day, a friend of the podcast, Michael Miskos, messaged me. I asked him something. He messaged me back saying, aren't we playing footy this year? I said, are we? I need a month to train.
No,
So
you never train, never.
today, I'm not worried about...
Aren't you a phys ed teacher? Aren't you supposed to be active?
Hey, I'm not worried about the running part and the...
I'm pretty sure you should be worried about the
skills
running part.
I today then started handballing a ball to myself. I did about 30. Hand hurt. I'm soft
Jesus
as
Christ.
butter. I'm a peach.
Some might
No,
say
mate.
you were always soft as butter.
I'm a peach, and I don't know if that's going to happen or not.
Oh,
but
God.
we'll get to footy's back. So tonight, a draw to start off with.
Yeah, well,
Carlton Richmond.
yep. So there was a bit going on. Obviously, 2022, 2023, there's no difference for Carlton.
Yeah.
Same story, same players, except good mate Blake Acres. Looks like Carlton have got St Kilda Blake Acres, not the Fremantle Blake Acres.
That's a fair call. Just he takes that chest mark, it's game over
Yeah.
at the end of the game. But even they ran the footy down with, a minute and a half to go and then cocked it up.
Yeah,
Richmond run it straight back down.
standard.
Saw some things I liked, though. First, umpires, they're actually allowing players to use their body in a marking contest now.
Yeah, I did notice that. Lewis Young versus Rewald.
Yeah.
Young was really bodying Rewald out the way.
Have that name written
Lewis
down
Young.
right here, yes.
Yeah, he looks good, doesn't
Yeah.
he? He's what they need. He's a bit of a missing link for him.
Yep. And another one I've got written down, which is your man, you've been spooking for a while, Cowan, the young kid.
He looks like he's going to be a player.
Yep. Star. Interesting, Harry Mackay and Charlie Kerner together. Like, I don't think it really clicks yet.
Well, they've both won a Coleman last couple of years.
Yeah, but Mackay won when Kernow was out injured.
Yeah.
Kernow's won when Mackay's out injured.
Yeah.
They've both played, I think, probably 70-odd games or something like that each, but together?
Yeah. Well, it's not quite the Tomahawk, Cameron, or the Rewald Tiggy Tom train.
Yeah. But I'm excited to see where that goes. Tim Taranto, good start at Richmond as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, solid. I'm happy. Footy's back. Speaking of footy being back, I'm going to bring this up right now. We have a competition that we're running to win a $50 Dan Murphy's voucher until we get a beer sponsor, because Well, bong beer.
Yeah, maybe we should reach out to Bong Beer and see if they want to sponsor us.
Maybe.
Mate, we'll get some traction with that. Everyone seems to like the Bong Beer. And speaking of Bong Beers, I did get a couple of winners last week, so no Bong Beer risky business funnel.
I've got that written right here.
We might have to keep that if one of us has a strip out. Yeah, Bong Beer funnel.
Maybe that's what we need to do. But so every Friday we're going to put up a little comp on Twitter. Twitter only. Don't message either of us saying what you want. Put it on Twitter.
Friday, listeners. Friday. We're talking to you, friend of the podcast, Tim Meehev.
First thing he puts up is the Thursday game. Idiot. There's always one.
Yeah.
We want the exact margin. You hit the exact margin, whoever wins. So, for example, Collingwood by 13 points. That happens. You win a $50 Dan Murphy's gift voucher that you can go and use. It'll be in your inbox by Saturday morning, so you can go and get some beers on Saturday and enjoy the footy. Speaking of beers, Novak, let's go.
Well, I haven't seen this one before. It's actually quite a good can. I think it's definitely got the goat covered for a can. It's a Thorny Devil, and it's a fish-looking like creature with some glasses in a golf vest, checker vest, with a pint glass, and it's a Thorny Devil, a hazy devil. Now, the write-up goes, a hazy IPA giving you a big, complex, tropical fruit salad of flavours and aromas.
That's got you written all over.
This is not good, listeners, and then it starts to get worse.
Did you see these?
Oh, yeah, I know. It's got gold medals for hazy, fruity and hoppy, includes stone fruit, guava, passion fruit, melon, creamy pineapple and coconut. Creamy pineapple has me very worried.
That does not sound...
Thorny Devil Brewing Company, 185 Clifton Downs Road, Mandurah. So
it's a Mandurah. It's a WA beer.
Dirty South beer.
Yeah, right.
So, yeah.
They're on Insta.
Drink
maybe
responsibly, store refrigerated, and consume fresh.
Well, shout out to a friend of the podcast. I'm actually going on their podcast. John Carboni and Luke Iopolo.
Tune out on that week, listeners.
I'm going on the. It's tomorrow. I'm going on the Coag podcast. So carbs and opsy, all genres, I think they are. He recommended the Thorny Devil's Juice. So I couldn't find that. So I thought this was
sounds a bit better than the Hazy Devil.
Yeah, I looked in the IPA section, looked everywhere.
I'm not scared, but I'm apprehensive.
This might be...
Creamy pineapple has me very worried.
This might be the fruity
Should
beer
we
that
smell
changes
for the aromas?
Well, I can't smell, so you can.
True.
But let's crack it open.
Let's have a smell. Oof. So I can smell the pineapple.
It's not bad. It's not that fruity.
It's not that fruity.
Oh, he's looking at it.
Nah, it's not. It's okay. Compared to the other ones we've had.
Do you know what? That smooth pineapple does come through at the end.
It's not smooth. It's creamy, mate.
Creamy, smooth.
Do you listen to me at all?
Smooth, creamy. You said something else was smooth in there, didn't you?
Oh, Jesus.
Maybe my headphones aren't working very well.
Jesus Christ.
Pretty good.
But stone fruit, guava, passion fruit, melon.
Yeah.
I can taste the coconut.
Yeah, maybe that's what I don't know. I don't mind it. It's not too bad. 1.8 cent drink's pretty good.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention that 1.8. Look, that's actually not bad. That's much better than expected.
Here we go. So where are we sitting here? So let's just go with...
The CBC beer is winning.
Yep.
And then what was second?
What we had last week. Let's do this again.
The goat?
Yes.
The goat wasn't second, was it?
Yeah. Yeah,
was
that's
it?
second, yep.
Okay. Well, I reckon I like this one better than the goat.
All right, so you had CBC at 7.5.
Yeah.
And you had goat at 6.5.
Yeah.
So is this going to... 7?
Nah, but it's not, because then it's too close to the CBC beer. And I can't be given quarter. Maybe I'll give it the same as a goat.
Okay, 6.5. That's
probably the better fruity beers I've had.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Because it doesn't smell that fruity. And I don't know... I'm not going to lie. I'm not a really big fruit player. I'm like an apple watermelon. That about does me.
Yep.
So stone fruit, guava, melon, coconut.
Well, I'm glad you at least like it and it's not as bad as a bong beer or anything like that.
I wouldn't say I love it, but it's okay. If it was there and you go, have one of these, I'd go,
yeah, right.
Okay, I might have one. Whereas if there was a bong beer.
So when there's a Saturday when footy's over and you want to go down to Scarborough, and I come over here. No, we go down to Scarborough. I come over here because the kid's asleep.
Yeah.
What's in the fridge? One of those.
Bong beer.
Cool. Let's go. I don't want a bong beer.
Those bong beers are going to be there for a long time.
Yes, they are. And we haven't had
the risky business.
You haven't had it yet?
Nah, still there.
All right. Well,
I can't believe I had the other one the other time.
What's that?
Well, there's only one left. So remember we had one each and we were like,
yeah.
nah. And then I think it was the last beer and I'm like, I've had a bad day. I needed that other beer. And that did not go well for me. I don't think I finished it.
No.
I think the can looks good though. So I think that it doesn't look as good as the Killars. Yeah. The Killars, I love the Killars can, but
the artwork gets you sometimes.
It does. I said this wasn't so bad. I said that's the goat. Yeah, this should be better than the goat, but I can't bring it close to the CVC beer.
Right. Well, maybe we'll have to bring the goat down, but we'll see. Anyway.
Yeah, I think maybe I went too high on the goat.
We've got something to talk about, and let's hope we can get through this quickly. The NBL Novak.
Wow.
Talk to me. It's finally done.
We're
done.
I'm really flat. Obviously, Friday night we had the pyramid. At halftime, they're up by 4 points. We were up 13.5 points at halftime, listeners. And then they absolutely shut the bed. They had 42 points first quarter. Sorry, 22 points first quarter, 23 points second quarter, 47 points.
Yeah.
They got 21 points for the second half.
Yeah.
They lost by like 22 points.
If we're not the biggest jinx.
What the fuck? And then 48 hours later, they go over to New Zealand and they beat them by 9 points.
Yeah.
33-point turnaround in 24 hours.
Yep.
Oh, boy.
Because we weren't on them. We're telling listeners, whatever we back.
Lay. Just go get on Betfair and lay it for a stack. And then obviously Wednesday, I was shattered because they were winning the whole game.
Yeah.
They were in front until 5 minutes to go in the game. Sydney came back draw. In the last quarter, they went on a 14-0 run.
Yeah.
They literally choked. The last, I think, 8 minutes, it was 18-3.
Yep.
Absolute choke.
Yep.
Disgrace to the nation. Disgrace to Auckland.
Yep.
Disgrace.
Yep.
Probably a bit harsh there. But
what about this guy? Hold on. I think I've got...
Well, Walton Jr. came real good. He got the MVP for the series. Like Brantley and Brown were awesome, so I was on them. Cooks probably had his best game in the last game, but he didn't do much. And Vasiljevic was absolutely nowhere, but Walton went bonkers.
What about this guy? I think I've got audio here.
Yeah.
The officiating definitely went right for Grand Rapids. That was as unprofessional as officiating. I hope you tweet this out and tag the league because that was embarrassing. Matt Rafferty is a clown. That being said, we have to be so much better at the end of games. We can't blow a 21-point lead with 12 minutes to go. However bad and biased and unfair and illegal and cheating the referees are, we have to be better closing games. And so that's the way I feel.
What a fuckwit, right?
So for listeners who don't know who that is
Chase Buford, the coach of
the Sydney Kings. So, and that was from?
College.
Yeah.
So he's named and shamed the referee in college. He's named the shaman referee here. He's walked up to the TV and abused him on camera on national TV. Imagine if Ross Lyon went up to the camera and went, Matt Stevic's a disgrace, or Ray Chamberlain's a cheat.
I was going to say Darren Goldsmith.
He's long gone. Yeah. Mate. He's long gone. But like, imagine if Clarko goes up and goes, Stevic's a peanut, he's a cheat, and he dropped the F-bomb.
Clarko got in trouble for saying to a news reporter, your time will come. But that's also
Bevo got grilled because he goes, I know all about you. I'm not dealing with you. You're writing stuff about our footy club. And he abused the journo.
Yeah. But Buford can do that.
Exactly. Yeah. It's a disgrace.
Yeah.
And he laughs about it. And he gets away with it. It's literally like the NBL goes, Sydney's the biggest market. We can make the most money here. Here's the biggest opportunity. Yeah. We've got to let him win.
He their coach last year?
Yes.
So he's a back-to-back coach.
Yeah.
Well, that stinks.
Yeah.
That
100%
really
it does. 100%. And hopefully someone can knock him off. Cooks will obviously be gone. Walton Jr. might not be back. Yeah. But
McDowell White probably not at
he's doing free agency. So that McDaniel left Jack Jumpers as well. So he's a player to be really good for us too. So we need to do better. We've got 4 players. Wagstaff, Zunic, Norton, Blanchfield. Oh, 5 at Blanchfield. Yeah. Wagstaff hasn't confirmed. Sorry,
we got Blanchfield.
Good. Yeah, I know we got Blanchfield.
Home.
Oh, yeah. We're calling it now.
We got
23, 24 premiers. Todd Blanchfield, MVP.
Who won the MVP? Finals
Walton.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Brantley probably would have won if New Zealand won. He played really well. Did a number on Cooks the first 3.5 games.
Yeah. All right.
Finally, listeners, no more NBL.
It's done.
No,
I'm
until
gonna
next
put a big
year.
cross through that for
Oh,
now.
so we have to apologise because that went forever.
Yeah, so I looked up.
I'm
quickly,
disappointed. 8 weeks we're coming up to,
Yeah.
and I got let down in the last 4 minutes.
19th of Feb was the last game before finals, like the final series started. 19th of Feb.
And the play-in, it was 2 games. 2 teams were out after 2 games.
What the hell is the NBL doing? They need to strike it while the iron's hot. They need it to be done quickly.
Yeah,
because
the week
footy's
by,
starting.
the week
no
by,
one cares.
The week by killed it.
Yeah,
because
anyway.
of the FIBA stuff. Just play.
Yeah, agreed. Anyway, that's NBL done.
We're done. Not
Listeners.
for another 6 months, listeners.
Yeah, so enjoy that.
Unless something happens we need to talk about, you won't hear about it for a while.
Yeah, unless we sign another Bryce. But we'll see.
Let's
move on. Here we go. This is what I've been waiting for since we started. We are going to start talking some footy, some proper footy.
You've now got some content to add,
I
Scott.
do. I can actually say some stuff instead of sitting here just going, yep.
It's still going to be tripe anyway, listeners, so you can tune out.
Now, before we start, let's just make this very clear. At no point am I saying that either of us are AFL experts. We love footy, and it's just observations from footy lovers and what we think is going to happen.
And don't worry, our opinions are always right.
Yeah. And if you don't think they're right, bet against us because you might win some money.
Tweet in,
Yeah.
have a crack at us.
Yeah, would like to know.
I can hold account. I mean, I'm not the first one to say I'm wrong all the time, but I'm happy when I'm wrong to say I'm wrong, and I'm okay being held accountable.
But if you're going to tweet in or message me about Logan McDonald and Matt Taberner, come with some facts because I'm going to drop some facts back at you.
Yeah, but
Friend of the podcast,
he's still better than him right now.
He's not.
He is, mate.
How many goals did Logan McDonald
Who
kick
cares
last
about
year?
how many goals? We're talking right now. He's better than him right now.
Okay, we'll find out with this year's. This is why footy's good because we can find out this year.
Under the sea, do. Under the
that was
sea,
Rory
do.
Lobb. Anyway,
Sebastian the Crab, mate.
so we're going to just quickly preview some games. There's not obviously much to preview.
There's not much of a
yet
preview.
because no games have been played. So we've just got some question marks or some dot points that we're going to throw out. And then hopefully as the season goes on, we can review previous games and then preview the games coming up. So,
So a review and a preview, one might say.
yes, that situation.
Jesus
That
Christ.
situation.
This doesn't bode well, listeners.
I
This
think-
doesn't bode well.
Do you know what?
Did you have a Red Bull today?
No, this is the thing.
Here we
I've
go.
been up since 4:30 this morning, but I've been so pumped to do this.
Oh, God. So you woke up at 4:30 with excitement to talk about 4 games
definitely.
of football.
I woke up at 4:30 this morning because my son was. Yeah. Anyway, let's move on. Geelong.
Do better, Wes. Do better.
He needs to stop cracking the shit. Geelong v
Not
Collingwood.
sure that's possible, by the way.
I'm going to do Geelong Collingwood. So,
Okay. Big game as well. 2
Yeah.
big teams, 2 contenders.
yeah, and Collingwood.
Or 1 contender, according to Scott.
Well,
One's on the slippery slide.
Collingwood are out this year to prove something. I think.
Well, I'm pretty sure they proved it last year, but
yeah.
you're previewing this game,
I
so
think
I'll let
they've
you
got-
go.
Anyway, so what I've done is I've got the last 3 times they've met, which actually surprised me on how close it was. Cats won by 6, Cats won by 13, and Cats won by 10.
And that 10 was really close.
Yeah.
It was a really close game.
So that honestly surprised me. I thought, Cats have got this. So
Slippery slide.
all I've got here is so Cats without Selwood, question mark. Mainly leadership on field. Is Danger the leader that Selwood is? No, he's a different type of leader. Selwood, I thought, would lead by example. Hardball gets, and he would lift the team. Danger, I guess, can do that with.
Well, Danger's
goals.
he's an impact player.
Yeah.
Like you saw in the granny, he started like a house on fire.
Yeah, the different type of captains, but Selwood was, I guess, someone that you would follow in Lenny Hayes kind of style that you would be like, yeah. So question mark there. I've also got skill versus speed because I think the Pies have the speed, but Geelong has the skill.
Yeah.
So I'm really intrigued to see how this matchup plays out. If the Pies can get their run and gun game
Yep.
playing, can the Cats keep up
Well, the thing for me is where it's played.
at the G?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Harder for Geelong to structure up.
100% because
Doesn't mean they're not going to win, but it's just harder for them.
they got skilled like the back of their hand. So, other dot point is Hawkins in like a mind game? Surely he's not playing. Like the whole lead up to this game.
I don't
he's not
think
gonna
it
play, he's not
matters,
gonna
to be
play.
honest.
But if he doesn't play, and then Jeremy Cameron said he might leave at half time or whatever. Anyway,
Yeah, you're either
interesting.
in or you're out, Jeremy. Come on, mate.
So we got some new players.
If in doubt, stay out.
Yeah. I've really stuffed this up. I should have started with this. This is the new players that are playing this game.
Off to a good start, listeners. Too much preview, not enough structure.
I told you I'm too excited. Bruin and Ollie Henry in for the Cats.
Bruin is a very good get, and
Yep.
so is Ollie Henry. They are two really solid players.
Agreed. McStay solid for the Pies. Bobby Hill and Tom Mitchell for the Pies. I've got Bobby Hill circled with a thing saying...
Well, he's only in because old mate Ginnivan
Yeah.
got on the gear.
Well, I'm excited for Bobby Hill. I think he brings that forward line a different aspect. Like, you look at McStay...
We'll put it this way, he's no Ollie Henry, so I reckon he's a decrease on Ollie Henry.
Did he get a fair crack at a GWS, though?
I don't think he was good enough to get a crack.
Okay. Well, I'm excited, like, his agility down forward, small forward. Like, I know you've got Jamie Elliott down there, but I think Bobby Hill can just add that extra little dynamic that they didn't really have.
So basically, he's doing what Jack Ginnivan does for them.
But I think if Bobby Hill and Jack Ginnivan can play, and Jamie Elliott, that to me is exciting because then you got your big forwards like McStay and
My check.
yeah. So I think that dynamic is
Big Mace.
yeah different. But so I've just circled tip Cats to win. Skill beats speed.
I'm on one with,
it's a-
Pies
yeah,
just because the premiership,
Yeah.
like,
It's a 50 to me. It's pretty much 50.
pretty much
game.
every game's nearly 50-50. And
Round
who
one
knows?
sucks, but the last three especially.
Whoever's $1.20 pop, tip against them.
Yeah, well, the Cats are faves at the moment.
Yeah.
I should probably have that up. But so that's what I've got for that game. Next game, North Melbourne West Coast. Again,
Tune out, listeners. Tune out.
well, again, looking at the last three games, right? So they've only played each other once each year. North by 15 in 2022, North by 10 in 2021, and West Coast by 15 in 2020, right? So first dot point I've written, huge watch. Like I don't want to, if I had money, I'm not touching this game. I'd
go the other way. Huge don't watch. It's going to be putrid.
That's what I mean. Huge sit back. If there's something else to do, like just let it go and just go, oh yeah, that's the score.
Tune into the gallops.
Yeah. To me, North probably look better on paper. We talked about this before. West Coast look like they haven't changed for the last 10 years. Their players
I
they're
think,
in.
I think the issue you've got, it's like you're Lewis Hamilton and you're driving my Ford Focus. You've got the best driver driving the worst car. You got Clarko driving the a shitbox.
Yeah. Fair call, but you got people like, so in.
To be fair, I think West Coast is banged up like my Ford Focus out there.
So in for North, you've got Logue, Shields, and Sheasel. They're the ones that are playing.
Shields looks to play, and obviously Shields is still good enough to play.
And Griffin Logue,
Well, he's literally lobbed, and he's their best defender.
because Ben Mackay's out. So,
Huge out.
but I still think that they have that they got Cunnington in there,
UDL,
Simpkin,
Simkin,
and they've got some. Even Hugh Greenwood, I think is underrated.
Tom
a
Powell, I
little
think's
bit.
in as well.
Yep. So, looking at that team compared to West Coast, who do have Long, Chesser, Hunt, and Jimby in.
Our boy Jimby.
Yeah, I don't know. If I had to tip, I'd tip North.
Yeah.
It's over there.
I'd probably go Eagles just because new game plan, new coach. Like, I'm just not one for new coaches. It's tough. But
I'm steering clear, though.
yeah, it's yuck.
Yeah, gross. Next game we got is Port and Brisbane. Another interesting... so each year they played each other, 2022, 21 and 2020. 2022, Brisbane won by 11. 2021, they won by 49. And 2020, they won by 37. I'm excited by this game.
Well, they're two big contenders.
Yeah.
And Port have got a bit of a new mix. Lions have got a bit of new mix.
Yep.
Real challenge time for Hinkley.
Yep.
And, obviously Fagan lifted last year because he was under real pressure.
Yep.
But these two are in the zone.
Yep.
Let's see what they dish up.
I've got Port centreline versus Brisbane centreline.
Yeah, solid matchup.
Yeah.
Dunkley, Neil, Klug versus Wines, Rosie.
Yeah.
I think Boke's out actually, but who else have they got in there?
Horn Francis.
The Horn Dog.
Yeah, he'll be in there.
Horn Dog, please.
What's his name? Arrow.
Dersma.
He'll play in the guts?
No, he's an outside.
Oh, well, I think that puts Brisbane on top, though. I think they've got a better midfield. So that's what I said. Lions are too strong in the midfield.
The forward line for Port, Dixon could go off because they've got Jackson Payne down there because obviously Marcus Adams has got the concussion.
Yep.
So that's obviously a concern. Dixon can control games. He's a bit of a... People forget how good he actually is.
Yeah.
He's really good.
And if Georgiades can actually push up the ground...
My boy Georgiades.
Yeah, I think he should push up the ground more. High half
Well, he needs
forward.
a tank, mate.
Yeah.
He's still a kid.
Yeah. But Todd Marshall's can be solid. He can turn it on sometime. So I've got
Orazio back down there.
Yep. So I've got a big plus for Port Adelaide being at home, but I just think the line's going to be too strong.
Yeah. It's a tough one again. Who knows?
So new names, Rioli, Horn Francis, Dunkley, Ashcroft, Gunston, and McKenna. Like Gunston, keep forgetting about him. He's just going to slot in and he's going to take, the third, and he's a very good forward.
Because you got the alien and you got Danaher.
Yeah. And he's a very good forward.
He's a gun, mate. He's a gun. I'm disappointed.
And then you got Charlie down there as well.
Yeah, you got Charlie too.
That's why I just think they're a bit too
Port's
strong.
backline is pretty solid though. Like Jonas is underrated down there.
Dan Houston?
Yeah, he plays a bit of mid too.
Yeah.
DBJ.
Yeah. Aaliyah.
Yeah, Aaliyah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm excited for that game. I'm also excited for this game. Melbourne Western Bulldogs. Last three, 2022, Dogs won by 10. 2022, Melbourne won by 26. And in the 2021 grand final, Melbourne won by 74 points.
Friend of the podcast, Roscoe, very, very happy with that game.
Yeah. So I've got first up point, no May, I think will hurt.
I agree, because they've got some big, tall timber down there.
Yeah. Deep kicks inside 50 from the Dogs creates danger. So they need to get it
Danger.
Melbourne mids v Dog mids. Pretty good as well. So who's that? Bailey Smith, Bont. McRae taking on Petrarca, Oliver.
Well, Viney's out.
Viney's out. So who...
Oh, they've got to cast thousands.
So then I said Dogs need to switch and break lines and get it in fast. Because I think...
Hits the deck, it's going to come out pretty quickly.
Yeah. But with that being said, I think it's going to be close. Still got Melbourne winning.
Yeah.
Just think, too good.
Well, Dogs will be breathing fire after that last fade out, so they'll have a point to prove.
Yep.
Bevo's, again, he's a bit in the gun as well because he's got a lot of cattle he needs to deliver. So I think it's a good game again.
Match of the round.
Tipping for me, so I'm just got no interest.
Yeah. Who knows? Round one. Yeah. Scary. Anyway, they're mine. What do you got?
I don't have much.
You shafted yourself.
I did.
You told
myself.
me that I'm doing those ones, and I was like,
because I wanted you to build. So I haven't gone into anywhere near as much detail as that.
Yeah.
But I've got the fantastic Gold Coast Suns versus Sydney at what's it called? I don't even think it's called Metricon now. Whatever it's called now. So Sydney 159, Gold Coast 231. The line is 7.5. Last time they played, Gold Coast won by 14 points.
Yep.
2 games before that, Swans just pastings.
Yep.
So
and the game before that, Gold Coast won.
Yes.
Yep.
So very interesting that they won last time they played. So that's when Gold Coast were in their little vortex of form.
Yep.
But yeah, it's tough. So 2 new players. I got Long from obviously Saints and Uland. Brody Uland.
Who's that? I'm glad I didn't have any tricky names this week.
UWLAN. We're going with Uland.
Yep.
Swans have obviously got no new players. Outs for Gold Coast. They've got Ellis, Bailey Humphrey, their draft pick, Powell, Lemons, Weller. There's a bit happening.
Yep.
Obviously, Swans have lost Hickey. They lost Fox. They got Clark.
Yep.
I don't think it's going to matter. Obviously, Metricon, hopefully Gold Coast start to show up. I don't think this will be a great start for them.
How's the weather looking? Is it wet up there?
To be honest, it was rain. It's a soft 6 at. That's how I know what the weather is. It's a soft 6 at Doomben, so there must be some precipitation in the air.
They've rated Metricon a soft 5.
The penetrometer is a 5.9. The going stick says this. To be honest, I haven't done weather check. I'm only worried about the weather when we're actually got an investment in the game.
Yeah, fair call.
So I didn't have an interest in that. I think, look, this is one we can sort of gloss over pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I think Swans comfortably. I think Logan McDonald has a day out.
If he has a day out, I'll eat humble. If he has, here you go. If Logan
Bong beer funnel.
If Logan McDonald kicks
4
or more,
Bong beer funnel.
Yeah.
All right.
Done.
Come on, Logan. Yeah. Feed him, Chad Warner. Feed him like it's Buddy's Thousands goal, Chad
Hold
Warner.
on, before I've already...
Too late, mate. Too late.
Is Buddy playing? Is Sam Reid playing?
I think they're both playing.
Yeah, right. Good. I'll take that.
Feed him.
He'll kick 10 or something. Watch this. There you go.
This might be the best watch of the round, listeners.
Everybody,
you can cheer Logan McDonald.
Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm probably going to put $25 on Logan McDonald.
First goal scorer?
To kick 4 or more.
Just to cover yourself.
Absolutely.
Oh, my Lord.
Anyway.
All right. Well, we got the next game. We'll move on. I'll race through these pretty quick. So we got Crows v Giants. Very interesting game. So... market says GWS favourites at home 166, Adelaide 223.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I've got some creamy pineapple coming up right here. 8.5 is the line. GWS have really owned them last few times. 10-goal win, 11-goal win, then Adelaide beat them back in 2020.
Yeah.
So that doesn't read too well.
No.
You've got no new players at GWS, which is interesting. New coach... Creamy pineapple. Oh, excuse me, listeners. Sorry. It does not taste good on the way up, I tell you. Must be the guava. Rankin, Tyler Brown from Collingwood, and McElhenney, the father-son new players for Adelaide. I've had a look at outs. Both teams have actually fit. Matt Crouch is out.
Yep.
And Bedford and Daniels.
Matt Crouch is a big injury, right?
Well, he barely plays. He's not in the mix.
No, didn't he break his leg or something?
Yeah, something. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah.
So they're almost full strength teams.
Yeah.
So it's interesting that Adelaide are not favourites for this because I think Adelaide, obviously GWS have got the established midfield, but Adelaide have got the young midfielder I think is building.
Surely it's home ground advantage or something.
Well, GWS has got the home ground advantage.
Yeah, with that, yeah.
But I actually think Adelaide can win this.
Yep.
As I said, I'm not big on the new coaches. Kingsley, he went for about 4 jobs and finally got one. Did they settle? They've got big outs, like Taranto Hopper out. Playing Himmelberg forward, not back. It's a close game.
Yep.
We'll move on. Now the market.
By the way, Logan McDonald to kick 3 or more on Bet365 is paying $10.
Oh, have a
I'm
shekel
going to put
on that.
$100 on that just in case.
We'll make it the pyramid bet.
So he's on Ladbrokes 4 or more. He's not even listed. So
any other. All right, we'll move on. So now we got the match of the round, in my opinion. Traditional rivals, absolute line in the sand, hate one another. Hawthorn versus Essendon.
You've got that as match of the round. Oh yeah, my God!
It's the derby. It's the only traditional derby in round 1.
That's the match of the round over Melbourne Western Bulldogs.
Well, is that a traditional derby?
No, but
exactly.
It's a better game of football.
It might not be. How do you know?
Because they're better football teams.
How do you know?
I know.
Hawthorn are above Melbourne on the ladder right now.
Call the season. Do you know what? If we went off the ladder right now,
Adelaide.
The Saints are probably where they need to be.
I reckon they're overachieving right now, Scott. So this is obviously at the G. We got Essendon 155, Hawthorn 236. That is amazing value.
Yeah.
8.5 is the line. I don't understand it. Essendon are not great. Hawthorn are also not great. It's the knee-jerk reaction to the change that people are looking at, and I think it's an overreaction. Last time, it's always close. Last 3 times they've played, Essendon by 27, Essendon by 13, Hawthorn beat them by a point. That was a ripper. I think that was round 1,
What's the line? 9.5.
2 years ago,
did you say?
8.5.
8.5. Jesus.
Yeah, Hawks plus 8.5 would be a good bet here.
Yeah.
But outs, so we've got Mitch Lewis and is obviously an enormous out. He's probably the one player we can't afford to lose. And Cooper Steves with a concussion. Essendon have got a stack here. They've got Caldwell, Cox, Heppel, Hobbs, Satsis, Stringer.
Yep.
That's a fair chunk out of
Big
their
fatty,
side.
fat Stringer.
Yeah, the freaking
That's me talking.
package. Mate, you are not the package. In new players, we got Mackenzie, Amon, Meek, Fergus Green. And then for Essendon, we got Wiedemann, Setterfield, Davey Jr. So if you look at all that, I think Hawks win.
Yep.
I think Hawks win.
Do you know what? I would not dispute that.
I think our run and gun, it's going to be chaos. It's literally going to be like 110 to 115 or something. Yep. The ball's going to be going end to end like no one's business. It's going to be so exciting.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's going to be two bad teams.
That's what it was for the first half of the footy tonight. That's all it was. It was just chaos. It was just teams going 120%. So, can't argue with that.
Yeah. And look, we'll know how bad we really are.
Yeah, that's it. If you get smashed by Essendon.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
But Brad Scott, again, I'm going against the new coaches. So Brad Scott, new coach, like if they got to learn new systems, I like to see, like it takes coaches time to get their game style and their systems into play. So I'm moving on from that.
Yep.
So then we've got the final, game. We've got St Kilda versus Fremantle.
Match of the round.
Well,
no.
So we got Fremantle 141. They've actually come in. They've been heavily commissioned. They're 152 this morning. St Kilda 294. Line plus 14.5. Yeah, it's looking ugly for Saints.
Oh, 100%. There's, I think, 12 people.
30 fit players to pick from.
Yeah, so, 12.
Last time they played Freo by 8 goals, 7 goals.
Yeah.
Saints actually beat them last time they played them over there, and Saints actually beat them the time before. So a bit of a bogey side, one might say.
Yeah.
But that was
didn't
different.
have 65 injuries.
Yeah, that was different.
Yeah.
So only outs for Freo are Walters and Collier, and some might say they're not even outs at all. I didn't even list St Kilda's. It was just too many. The podcast has already gone long enough. New players for Saints. We got Cordy. We got the Poe. We got got Stocker from Carlton. And we got Caminiti.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah.
Yep. Mature age player, SPP. Good for him. Freo. We got Jaeger. We got Johnson, who's a really good, the Mundy clone. He's good. And the motherfucking unicorn. So,
did you hear the story about Caminiti, by the way? So he played. He played a scratchy. He played a scratchy at Carlton.
Yeah,
and he almost towed up Wiedering. Didn't towel him up, but was very solid against him. Then Jack goes and tells Sauce.
Yeah.
And Sauce is the recruiter at the Saints.
Yeah.
He must have forgotten.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, right, we'll get him in.
And he actually looks okay, considering obviously you got no Membry, no Allison, no King. You need someone.
Not going to say he's going to kick 4 like Logan McDonald, but hey, he's a target up there.
Well, you just need a log to stand there.
Yep.
So, look, that's all the previews. I think
there's not much more we can do really because there's no form. So we can sit back and watch this round and come in next week, hopefully.
Watching someone have a beer bong.
Hopefully, I'm $1,000 richer and drinking a beer.
Dear me. But it's good to be back talking about footy.
Yeah.
I don't know how much I'm actually going to watch. I'll try and get the Hawthorn game in. I'll probably watch tomorrow night, and I think that might do me.
For the weekend?
Yeah.
You're not going to watch the Melbourne Western Bulldogs game?
Well, it starts at 4:25.
Or the Port Brisbane game?
4:25 on a Saturday. I'm normally doing other things.
Do you know what I'm doing on Saturday? I'm going to see Paul Kelly, Bernard Fanning, Missy Hickens with about 10,000 80-year-olds at Sandalwood Winery. And I'm looking forward to it. Just thought I'd let you know. Anyway, we can move on.
What is happening?
Anyway, we can move on to this.
They're ready to go. Racing.
On the outside is trying hard. It's Weeks in front. Jubador's coming at it. Weeks is holding on. The Great Bear completes the Great Bear. Here he comes. Chautauqua. Boom! Right over the top. Chautauqua takes out the TJ.
Well, while you're at Missy Higgins, I'm sure you're going to have your phone out watching some races. But last week was okay.
Yep.
We did find some winners.
You
Obviously,
got to give you credit.
Zoo Got You was good. That was the best of the day. Right You Are, that was good as well.
Yep.
Had some tough.
Burn ya?
Tough. Yeah, burn ya. It made me upset. They still had the bar shoes on, and we did chat about it. So good on you, Scott. Well done there. Well, profit, I should say.
Me, yeah,
but yeah, there was some hard luck stories.
Yeah.
Oh, Casino 17 was sick bag material. Yeah. Chris Parnham went for home at the 800. Decided to continue going.
Yep.
The horse raced as well that way, but if he just sat outside the leader and didn't go full bore, it probably wins.
And I messaged you on the day about I wish I win, and you nailed that because you said too much weight, and it came home strong, but it probably did.
Too much weight, and obviously I went with Private Eye, and as we set up the straight, if you're on the wrong part of the track, you're on the wrong part of the track. It drew 2.
Yep.
Wasn't the place to be. It probably hit the lead at the 300, and it was in the worst ground.
Yep.
In Secret came up the middle and went freaking boom. See you later. It was really impressive.
Yep. So, but still not a bad day.
Something's better than nothing. Let's be serious.
But there's a big week of racing this week.
It's chock-a-block. Sydney, it's probably one of the best race days of the year. We got Group 1s coming out the wazoo. We got Group Racings galore. So I'm going to try and race through this. So first Group 1, we got Rosehill Guineas race 4. Very interesting race. We got Pericles at 260. We got Elliptical 440. So a bit flat last time. Caused the fall with Ethan Brown. Poor Ethan. We got Lindemann at 650. And we've got Manzois, the one that I talked about first up that ran home really strongly. So he's now out to a trip, out to, 2,000 metres, and gets the sting out of the ground as well. So soft 6. Soft 6. It's all into a soft 5. It was a soft 6 yesterday. So soft 5. Obviously, Manzois has the good soft form. 5 starts, 2 wins in a second. And we're getting out to his trip now. So, look, you look at the race. Pericles was extremely impressive last start. It was enormous. Elliptical was a bit flat. Lindemann was better in a lower grade. Good pipe opener for Manzois. I think it's a really good race.
Manzois $9.50.
Yeah, $10. So
$10.
Two bet play for me. I want to continue with Manzois, having a little bit of a saver on, but Pericles the win for me. I was keen Elliptical last start, didn't turn up. Pericles came out and smoked him second up. So I want to be with Pericles, but I definitely want to have a little interest on Manzois, just getting out to its trip now. So I'm really keen to see how that goes.
Yep.
We'll move on to the Ram Vet. Now, I'm disappointed because Anamo's gone to the George Ryder over 1,500, and he would have been absolute almost bet of the year in this race.
Yeah.
And he's not. He's gone to the 1,500.
You reckon they've picked the wrong race?
I reckon they've picked the wrong race.
Yep.
So, but that's just my personal. So in this race, we've got the Melbourne Cup winner Gold Trip, $4. He'd have it covered. You got Moanga, $4. He permanently has it covered. You got Dubai Honour for Ryan Moore and William Haggis from the UK.
Haggis.
Yep. 440. So, I mean, generally the UK middle distance form has us covered pretty easily. You got Hinged, who we gave out last week. It was actually a really good run. They sent it back to last. Like, as soon as that happens, I'm like, what are you doing? But it's got J-Mac on, and it's obviously weight for age. It gets a bit of weight relief. You got Montefilia, El Bogadon. So it is a good race. But Animo has that whole field covered by an absolute country mile. So I'm disappointed. It would have been an absolute chips-in job.
Yep.
Now it's a very even race. So, I mean, look, Hinged has got barrier 1. So I'm hoping it sits a lot closer. Yep. Gold Trip's obviously running onto bigger races. Moanga, this might be the grand final for it. Montefilia really didn't turn up its best last prep. So, look, no bet race for me.
Yep.
But if you had to put something out there, Hinged each way, I just got to stick with it. I think it's in a tougher race this week, but the map's better. And J-Mac, obviously, a huge plus as well. We'll talk about him a bit later.
He's back.
Oh, what a joke. We'll move on to the next one, the George Ryder. So this is where Animo is. So back to 1,500, which I think is interesting. So obviously he's been going up in trip. He had the 1,400, the 1,600. Now he's back to 15.
Yep.
So not that that's a concern, but I don't know. I don't know about it.
Yep.
The other concern, barrier 11. So he's 11 of 11. He's got the Bruce Almighty draw.
Yep.
As we've said, when
he can sit at the back.
He can, but when he sits in the first 6, he's never lost.
Yeah. Okay.
When he goes back, there's issues, and you're taking $1.60, and it's just a no from me. Like, I just don't want it. Betting wise, no.
Is he all right on a soft track?
Yeah, he's all right on the soft track.
Yep.
But Artorius,
the one that dicked us.
yeah. So Zara,
J-Mac stopped riding,
and obviously Purton's not come down to ride, so Zara's on, but it's won one race in 2.5 years.
Yeah.
It's 650. It's the main danger. It's got barrier 1, so it should sit close. If the seas part for it, like it did last time, it's a chance. And Fangirl's the other one. So Fangirl obviously can't get anywhere near Animo normally, but it's like its form is 2-3-2. It's been going well. Soft track is a minor concern for it, but look, it ran 1.3 off Animo last start. So if Animo goes back to last, you'd have to say that would be some hope. You got Golden Mile, who must be some hope as well with Osipenko. So they're the 3-year-olds. So this is no walk in the park for Animo, put it that way. $1.60, I'm not touching it. He probably wins, but just no thank you for me.
Short.
I'm disappointing. If it was $1.60 in the other race, oh my good lordy. Now we go to the main race of the day, the Golden Slippers. So the world's richest 2-year-old race. So the race, every racehorse owner would love to have a horse in. I can't even get a 2-year-old to the track. So it's an absolute dart job. You've got form mixing everywhere. You've got Sydney fillies, you've got Sydney colts and geldings, you've got Melbourne horses, you've got Blue Diamond, you've got out wide form. There's good horses paying good prices here. You've got the Little Bros, the Blue Diamond winner, $11. You've got Barber, who was favourite for the Blue Diamond. It's $19. You've got Don Corleone, runner-up in the Blue Diamond, $10. You've got Cylinder, Brownie's love child.
There he is. What's Cylinder paying?
$4, so he's favourite.
$4.
You've got Red Resistance, 10. Shinzo for Ryan Moore, 14. You've got King's Gambit, 9. Learning to Fly, who's obviously the best of the fillies in Sydney, it's $6.50. It keeps going. Steel City, your winner from last week as well, the Blue Diamond Unlucky Runner. So as you can see, it's just literally throw a dart. Who do you think will win? I think the boys are better, but I think I'm going with the Melbourne boys over the Sydney boys. So I think Little Bros, Michael D is flying. He is riding Group 1s everywhere. Barrier 5, slot in, run home. But it's a raffle. Let's be serious. Anything could win that.
Come back in Cylinder.
Yeah, of course you are. Profit, love child. We move on to the Galaxy, so the sprint. So this is another tough race, 1,100 metre sprint, Group 1. They're always tough. We got the Oakley Plate winner, Uncommon James, $3.70. The old Warhorse, Eduardo, $7.50. It's actually $9 in a $7.50. We've got Asfura, who's a place getter on the Oakley Plate, $3. We've got Remark, who's the new kid on the block, $7. You got Mamaria, $11. You got Shades of Rose, who's in some really good form as well. You got Cannonball, and the scratching of In the Congo helps a lot because the speed was going to be mental. Eduardo's got 13 of 13. It's going to be steaming across. It's another really tough race. Asfura gets the swing on Uncommon James with the weight, so it's got 51.5 Jai McNeil. If I was having a bet, Asfura for me.
Okay.
That's Sydney done. 5 Group 1s. Solid day at the office.
That's huge.
We now move to the All-Star Mile at Moonee Valley. So All-Star Mile is a concept where basically the public votes for 10 horses. You nominate them in, the public votes, and then you win some wild cards. And when you vote for a horse, you can actually get selected. And if your horse wins, you get $250,000. So good news story for WA. The former trainer of one of my very slow animals, Red Comet and All Square, Neville Parker, is the fan drawn out for Alligator Blood. So
really?
Yeah. So Nev's a part-time trainer and he's a tradie as well. So good on Nev. So hopefully it comes for him. He can get that on board. Might be able to buy a couple of horses. So Alligator Blood, $2.70 favourite. We've got Thunderstruck. So Daniel Moore's riding because obviously Jamie Carr's still in hospital with a concussion after the fall. And then you got Luke Curry's flying down from Hong Kong to ride Brightside because Willow's got a fractured collarbone. So unfortunate scenes last week. It's $6. It's literally a repeat of 2 weeks ago. You got Laura Industries for Oisin Murphy, one of the Irish names, mate. So for Annabelle Newman.
Oisin or Oisin wasn't in for the Cats.
And you obviously got She's a Belter for Pikey. So it nearly won that Group 1 last week. It lost in a head bobber. It loomed up. Pikey gave it an A+, and it's gone down by a pimple. So it's actually one that might be a chance for a roughie. Moonee Valley normally suits front runners. Alligator Blood will be leading. Alligator Blood will be winning.
Okay.
It's my best of the day.
Good.
In the East Coast. We'll move over to Perth now quickly. We've got 2 main races. We've got the Supremacy Stakes for the boys, the 2-year-olds. So this is a lead up to the Karrakatta. You got Shell Bell 950. You got Prospector's Pick first up for Simon Miller. And you've got the Brave Halo Conqueror Live to Tell, Simon Miller, $1.95. I still haven't recovered from that second to Brave Halo where my mate Car Battery took it to the front and he went too slow.
Yeah.
So Brave Halo sat outside it and out sprinted it and beat it in a head bobber. Still not okay. Still not okay.
Struggling to get the words out.
Well, that's how upset I was. I stubbed my toe on the chair when I got off the couch. Oh, it was bad. But I think it wins. I think it wins the Karrakatta. I think it's another Simon Miller 2-year-old superstar. So Brave Halo, who ran fourth in the Blue Diamond, was going to come back to race in this. It's not coming back. It's got an abrasion to a tendon. So it's out. It's going to come back for the Winterbottom. So I think if this thing can literally car battery, just barrier 13 to 13 is not ideal. Just making the price better.
For the Winterbottom. The Winterbottom's at the end of the year.
Yeah, so it'll be a 3-year-old then. So
maybe that's what.
Well, you can note that.
The friendship.
Oh, the ship.
Chip.
The friendship.
Anyway, continue.
I think this is going to be a very good animal. I think all car battery has to do 13's good because he can just sit wide, stay out of trouble. Best horse wins. Next race is the Rock Magic. So Grand Campaigner over here. 1,000-metre sprint. You've got Massimo 850 for the Ganjimis. You've got the Can Man. The Can Man's back from Melbourne. Red Can Man for Wolf 280. He's actually flying at the moment, Wolf. You've got Acromantula, who's back in trip, who's actually going really well. It's 550. He's switched 750 into 550. And then you've got the young gun, Baby Paris for Peter Nucky, $3. So again, a ton of speed. So Acromantula 1, forward. Massimo 4, forward. Mood Swings and Cam Man will posse up. Then you'll have Baby Paris and Go Forward out the back. It'll really depend on how fast Noski goes on Massimo.
Yeah.
Because Acromantula should be leading. It's been racing really well over 1,200. It's now back to 1,000, which is its go. That's why there's been the support for it. Baby Paris is a horse on the up, so it's been racing really well behind Amelia's Jewel. It's been beating some really good horses.
Good form.
It gets the weight relief, 52 kilos.
Yeah.
I would have it on top. Do I want to back it? Probably not.
Yep.
So they're the main races that I've covered.
Did you say that was the race is called the Rock Magic?
Yeah, it's called the Rock Magic.
After Rock Magic,
Correct.
the Ganjimi horse.
Correct.
And there's a Ganjimi horse in there.
Correct.
Is that not the biggest omen bet ever? What's the Ganjimi horse, mate?
Massimo, 850.
850.
Yeah. So, look, there's plenty to go with. So I'll give you 3 or 4. So Best at Ascot, race 5, number 5, top of the pops. It's a horse on the up. Should get a really good cut. There's a ton of speed in this 1,000-metre race. Again, lots of 1,000-metre races. Chris Parnham owes me from Casino 17.
Yep.
So I need him to deliver.
Yep.
So it's 240. So to give the rate, race 5, number 5, top of the pops.
Yep.
We're going to go All-Star Mile, Moonee Valley, race 7, number 2. Alligator Blood.
Yep.
There's another interesting runner at WA, horse My Bella May, who's running in the Typhoon Tracy. So Pike's on board that. It's got a sticky draw, but I just wanted to note, it's been running really well over here. I think it's 6 from 7. Its only loss was in the Winterbottom.
Yep.
So I just wanted to note that. But my other play, I want to play Pericles Manzois as a bet. So that's race 4, number 5, with a small investment on number.
That's Rose Hill, yeah?
Yeah, number 1.
Yep.
And the other one, I'm just trying to find it. Yeah, where are you? It's probably the only race I don't have open right now. Oh, no, here we go. Race 5. It's unfortunately another J-Mac. There's a horse called Economics. It's a bit of a nutcase.
Yeah.
Loves the track. It's had 5 starts, 2 wins, a second and a third. It's had 2 placings on soft. J-Mac gets somewhere with the horse. Last start, 1,100. I think it was a really, really good run. It was caught wide, and it really had to do some work to get up on speed, and it tied a bit late. I think get a better run in this.
Yeah.
And in each way, $5 and $2 Economics.
Good.
So I think that will do me. I think that's me been talking long enough.
Yeah, it's good.
So that was a bit waffling, but there's a lot to when there's a lot of Group 1s, there's a lot to cover, and I tried to race through that. But yeah, Pericles, Manzois, Alligator Blood.
Yeah.
If you want to lay.
And then Ascot, top of the pops.
Top of the pops, and I think Live to Tell wins as well.
Yeah, cool. Good. All right. Well, this is the time you want to get your pens.
Let me just have a quick sip of the creamy pineapple. That was a lot of talking. Sorry,
So this is the time you want to get your pens and paper out. So I'll give you about, a couple of seconds to get them out because you want to write these down. I've only got 3 from the Prophet this week because he loves his footy.
Okay.
And not very long either.
Is he going to be tuning into the Port Brisbane game, the Prophet?
One sentence.
Or is he going to be at Missy Higgins?
Who knows? He might be. He might be anywhere.
Is he going to be sitting there with Bernard going, I just want to wish you well?
I feel like he's going to sing his other stuff. I don't know.
No, he won't be singing the Powderfinger. He'll be singing his own stuff.
Yeah, I know. That upsets me. Surely he plays some Powderfinger, but we'll see. Mark Seymour's also going. How good's Mark Seymour? Throw your arms around me.
Yeah.
Holy Grail. Please. Sinking Wines. Listen to these guys. Whew, finishes at 9:40 as well. I'm in for a good Saturday.
Have you done the weather check? Because it was raining today.
27. Perfect.
Okay. Bring your sunscreen. You'll probably get sunburned.
And once all these come in, I'll be laughing. So
you'll be going for the Grange, mate. You'll be going for the top shelf.
He stitched me up here because the first one is a name that I can't.
Oh, what race?
So Moonee Valley, race 5.
Oh, hang on, let me bring this up.
So the Prophet's tips.
Hang on. Moonee Valley.
Race 5, number 2, Boys d'Argent.
Boys d'Argent.
There's d'Argent, yeah. At 460.
Bois d'Argent.
Yeah. I've got.
Who's the jockey?
Who is the jockey?
O'Sheen Murphy.
Put this in.
Do your research, Scott.
I didn't get sent the message. So best form is good enough to win fresh. That's all. So he's giving me short and sharp ones this week. Then we move on to Rose Hill, race 5, number 2, Sacred Satano. This is a big one each way. $21.
So he's racing economics.
And $5.50 to place. Strong 4 lines here. Good each way bet.
Okay. Interesting.
That's all I got. And then race 1, number 1 at Ascot, Sir Mambo. $3.50. Good at this level. Should be around the mark.
Well, it's a bit of a non-winner.
Well,
it's won 5 out of 43, and you've got Taj on. So that doesn't enthuse confidence.
Last time you said that, it was about to bloody win.
Yeah,
and then,
mate. So you can feel my Casino 17 pain as well.
That guy, if he stitches the Prophet up,
it should get a really good run because some short for Ganjimis and Brandon Louis will fire out.
Yep.
My Baby Jabujin will fire out. It's actually going well. Summer Dixon's actually with these tried horses. She's a really good trainer. She's got some flying, so not the worst.
Well, let's hope.
We're going head to head. Should we have a side bet?
No.
Beer bong. Whoever loses has a beer bong. Race 5, Rose Hill.
No. But I'm happy to side bet this.
Pyramid.
That's way better. I was sped up this week. That was very good. I liked that.
Maybe
solid.
You've listened to some Bernard Fanning and you're up and about.
Yeah, we didn't have bloody Mel Jones lurking in our system. Jesus Christ.
Oh, come on, Mel.
All right,
have a Red Bull, Mel.
Listen, for people who's been following us with the pyramid, you're welcome because hopefully you're betting against us.
Yeah. So I think we've had, 7 bets?
Yep.
2 winners.
Yep.
You've given out $5.20 pops, 5 losers.
In saying that, for those following last week, I backed Novak's bet in, and no, not saying bad by you because I thought that was a very good bet.
At half time, we were 13 and a half points up.
Yeah. But if we had backed mine, we would have won. So,
well, if you had backed mine over most weeks, we would have won. I had all my racing ones win there for a while, and we went with $1.20 pop.
Yeah. Anyway, just saying.
You didn't do your weather research.
No. All right, so this is what I got this week. I've got 3 different ones. I've got 4 actually. Jesus, I've really gone into it.
Okay, well, so this is where the issues happen. If you've got 4, that's too many because the one you pick loses and the other 3 win.
100%. So Cats v Pies over 151.5 total interest. Points.
You saw what happened tonight.
100%.
It barely got over 120.
Yeah, so I really liked it, but then the first thing I thought about was the Friday night curse, which is real. Never bet on a Friday night.
True.
There's a curse. So
no, it's a Scott Brown curse.
Yeah, that too.
Not a Friday night curse.
So I put a line through that. Then I put
Okay.
the Swans to win. But then I
Yep.
put a line through that because I then did research and saw the last 3 games.
Yeah.
So I put a line through that. I was like, that's too risky.
Well, got a lot of outs for Gold Coast.
Yeah.
Swans should be winning, but you're right. Grand final hangover. Yep. Okay.
So then I did Gold Coast plus 23.5. A line.
Yeah, but you just don't know.
Yeah. Dogs plus 28.5.
Yeah. That's probably the best one out of the lot.
Danger 20 touches.
Yeah, no interest in Danger.
Dogs
Well,
28.5.
I've been given friend of the podcast, The Beast.
Yep.
So shout out to The Beast. The Beast has sent in Fremantle versus your boys, the Saints. Just Fremantle win.
What's that?
It was $1.52. It's into $1.41, I think.
Oh.
But I'm sure we can find better than that somewhere. But
Yep. Do you know what, though? The form of... Well, Milko's really the only one that's been
yeah,
giving us tips.
Milko's on fire.
So we have to go with his form. So the form of...
To be fair, Milko did ring me today. Sorry I didn't answer the phone, Milko. If Milko, let's see. Oh, I did just get a message.
If he had
from
a
Milko.
bet that we should have taken, it's going to be upsetting. But what has he got?
Milko's just sent me a video. I'm scared to listen to that right now, live on air.
Watch it later. But so what I'm thinking, though, is listeners are 100%.
Yeah.
We got to back
Stick
him
with
in.
the Beast?
Yeah, we got to back him.
All right, we'll go with the Beast.
We've got to back him. So Freo to win.
Yeah.
I'm glad we've made one. We've made a call for once.
Yeah, on air.
On air. Good. So Freo to win. We're backing it. We're taking it. I'm a Saints fan.
That means I might watch this game now.
Mate, if Freo don't win, 100% serious, they should pack it in.
Well, but you got to remember, Ross the Boss must have some residual workings out on some of the players.
Yeah,
surely Brayshaw's getting a 3-man
But
tag.
you can only do so much with a
Yeah,
team. Right?
very true.
So
Caminiti might have a freaking day out.
So we're going to take Freo to win, and if they don't win, and if they don't beat the Saints, there's one place they can go.
Look at all this fucking... Who's putting all this in the bin? How many portions are you putting in there? How much is in the bin? Look! Look! What the fuck is this?
Still the best in track. Go, Novo.
Well, I had to change my in the bin, which was upsetting. I had a huge Sydney Kings in the bin lined up, 5 minutes to go. I was at the gym and I was getting excited. And I'm flat. So I've had to change the bin. I've still got stuff to put in there.
Yep.
But I'm not as gusto about it. So first in the bin, South Fremantle Footy Club.
Yeah.
Went through the salary cap. I just had to pause. I'm just trying to think,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Yeah.
It's waffle footy.
Yeah.
You're cheating. And you don't even win.
Yeah, I know that.
Greg Clark went bananas. You can pay someone $50K to go knock Greg Clark out and you win the flag.
Yep.
Now they're all playing at North Fremantle. Probably
that's-
getting more money.
Even more of a stitch up
What
for 'em.
is happening, South Fremantle?
I mean,
Docked
Nick Cobb-
8 points.
Yeah.
8 points. If you're going to do it, go Melbourne Storm.
Yep.
Win 2 flags. Get them all stripped. You still get your medals or your rings. You get your ring and you can throw it in the air and have fun with it. What has
Hey,
South Fremantle got?
Got some championship rings.
Nothing. Nothing. Do better, South Fremantle.
Yeah, agreed.
Well, I think this guy, we're going to call him Oscar.
Yeah.
Oscar the Grouch.
Yep.
He lives in the bin.
Okay.
Kane Corns.
Yes.
Kane has horrendous takes on a lot of things.
Yep.
I was tuning into Hutchie on SEN. I've actually got
Yeah.
it on my phone. You probably won't be able to hear
Yeah,
it. But
I should have got the audio you sent.
he's
to me.
based, yes, see again, Scott letting me down. Basically, to paraphrase, he's gone, this guy is no good. He's not a walk-up start in the Australian team. He's been sitting around for 6 weeks back in Australia, and he's done nothing.
Who's he talking about?
Cameron Green. Cameron Green! In the bin, Kane. Yeah. Cameron Green has taken a 5-far on Boxing Day. That was, 3 months ago?
Yep.
Oh, he's done nothing?
Yep.
He had a broken finger, Kane. He came out and batted with the broken finger. What do you do? He can't bat, he can't bowl.
What do you want him to do?
Comes out, second innings, overseas, he gets 100.
Yeah.
Kane in the bin.
Yeah. Yeah.
On the back of this, Kane actually had a good take for once. North Melbourne in the bin.
Yeah.
Kane has a very weird obsession with Horn Francis.
He does.
He has a real
Especially
weird
now
obsession.
that he's got his number as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
North Melbourne, in their most infinite wisdom, they traded for this guy. He was the guy. He's the player.
You needed a mentor.
Let's give him a mentor.
Needed one.
We've got Jack Siebel. He knows a lot about football. He's been playing in the AFL a lot. We've got a guy, Ben Cunnington, beating cancer, inspiration. Some might say hero of a nation.
Like Delta.
Some might say she's in the bin too. They have a variety of players.
Yes.
Simpkin, Udall, who they can choose to mentor this young kid, to show him how to be an AFL footballer, to show him the right things to do on and off the field. For those playing at home, North Melbourne, Taron Thomas! Taron Thomas was the mentor of Horn Francis.
Good mentor.
Taron Thomas is on suspension for sending women dick pics.
What did they expect Horn Francis to do?
Horn Francis has gone, I've been brought up at some private school in Adelaide. I don't know anything about this gear.
I'm out.
I'm going home.
Yeah.
I'm going home. Taron Thomas, mentor in the bin.
Yeah.
I'm not okay with that. I'm really, really, really not okay.
Yep.
Finally, New South Wales stewards. We brought it up earlier.
Yep.
We said last week James McDonald got a 6-meeting suspension. He'd have to get a appeal to come back and ride cylinder and Animo.
Yep.
6-meeting suspension. James goes, I'm appealing this suspension. Stewards go, okay, let's have a look at this. Well, we still think you interfered there, James, so we're going to still give you suspension. But because of your good riding behaviour, we're going to reduce it from 6 meetings to 4.9 meetings.
Good.
4.9.
Yeah,
some would say you round 4.9 up to 5.
Yes,
if you have a 5-meeting suspension, what does he miss? Saturday. So they gave him 4.9. They rounded down to 4, and he can bloody ride. He can go out there and win $1 million, and there's battlers that are busting their ass who would have picked up all these rides. Nothing for them.
I'm not the best at maths, but I'm pretty sure staple of maths is round up.
No
anything after
shit.
0.5, 0.6,
It's literally Volandi's PVL pandering to J-Mac because he's the biggest name and he's got to be there. Whilst battlers, nothing for them.
Yep,
if they had the same situation, do you reckon they'd get 1.1 rounded down to 2 taken off? Hell no. Yeah. And Buford, you can go in the bin too. You're an absolute prick stain and I'm pissed off.
That's good. I'm just quickly going to jump here. I'm going to put you in the bin.
Why?
And you know why? Because when we open a fantasy league for people to come in, listeners to come in, you can't join.
Well, I can join.
You take up a number.
Well,
and then when I'm driving home at 5 minutes before bounce down, and you're like, "Oh, can you remove me so I can add someone else in?"
It was to give us an even number because you can't have an odd number. And
We've got a team together.
And apparently, you booted out some of the friends of the podcast that we didn't know. So apologies to Cal. Sorry about that.
I do apologise for that.
Well, the beast is now in, so the beast is entertaining.
That's better because it would have been funny because our first game was going to be the podcast versus you.
Well, wait, I couldn't lose. I was going to get a win.
Anyway, all right, well, let's move on. Last little bit, we got some jokes. We have had a joke sent in, which is very, very, very good. Let me find where it is. So let's have a listen.
G'day, legends. Just got a joke for you today. 3 kids are sitting with their mum. The older asks, "Why'd you decide to name me Rain?" And the mother answers, "Because when you were born, a drop of rain fell on your head." The second oldest asks, "Why'd you decide to name me Snow?" And the mother replies, "Because when you were born, a snowflake fell on your head." Finally, the youngest says, "Ugh," and the mother responds, "Shut the fuck up, Brick."
That's not bad.
It's not politically correct, but it's good.
That was sent in by a friend of the podcast, Richie Newen. So good gear there, Richie.
Well, he's earned himself a friendship.
He has. A ship?
A chip.
Okay, a chip. Well, mine's nowhere near as good as that. I'm starting. My well's running dry.
All right, what do you got?
I got. What did the dyslexic pirate say? Rah!
It's actually not bad. It's actually not bad. I feel like it's going to be better than mine.
Oh, no.
That's actually not bad.
Raw!
That's actually not bad. All right, here's what I've got. I've got if a bluebird has blue babies
Yep.
and a blackbird has black babies,
Yep.
what kind of bird has no babies?
A duck.
A swallow.
Oh. Not bad. I was close. I was trying to think about it. Normally I like to take longer to think about my answer. That's not bad, Scott. That's not bad. That's not bad.
I thought it was pretty good. All right, well, that's us. I think, yep, that's us.
We're going to do our fantasy
On time,
team,
too.
but we're still working on it.
Yeah.
So we've still got a cut off until obviously
When old
Sunday.
man Yo goes down with a sore
Yeah,
calf 2 seconds before the
Well,
round starts.
To be fair, we knew that was coming, and then obviously a few players didn't get picked tonight, which didn't help us. But we'll work on that. We were going to talk about our ladders. Do you want to do ladders, or do you want to just leave it?
Nah, we'll leave it.
We'll leave ladders,
We'll leave
okay.
it. We'll leave it. But just a reminder, tomorrow you still can get on before the game starts. The hashtag.
Can I enter as well?
No, you cannot.
But I want to
You're
get
helping
some.
pay for this.
True.
Hashtag Friday Footy Frothies Comp. So just
When's
jump on
kickoff?
Twitter.
4:40.
4:50. So it's going to close. I'm going to close it at 4:30, and I'll
You
put
sure?
that on there. Yep, it's 4:50 because it was 4:20 today. I'm sure it's 4:50.
4:40.
Okay.
Come on, Scott.
I'm gonna be 10
I do
minutes
my
late.
research, mate. Like you
gonna
got to
be 10
bring your
minutes late.
research.
Anyway, jump on. Give us who you think's going to win and by what margin. And if you win, we'll send
Currently,
you a $50
Geelong
Dan's voucher.
152, Collingwood 248, 11.5 for line.
Anyway, that's us done. And hopefully we'll have a lot more to review and preview next week. Have a good week, Nova.
You too, mate. Have a good one.
See you guys.